Okay, let's get rolling here, guys. Okay, welcome to thanks for joining me on today's Sizzle Stocks. Boy, there's a lot of big names coming out. I think we're in a lot more names coming out this week than next week. Kind of in the belly of the earnings season right now. A lot of big names reporting tomorrow. We, as a quick reminder, if anybody new, we're looking at, we use volume profile over here, this histogram on the right-hand side to see if there's any bias in the way the trading volume is showing up, whether it indicates the stock could go up or go down, and over various time frames. And we look at we have this opportunity zone scanner right here overlaid, which is based on numbers derived from the volume profile. Okay, with that, let's get going. The first name, just going off of seeing what the release calendar tomorrow. Microsoft is coming out. Let's take a look at that big dog. And of course, if you guys want, you can drop names down in the chat, and we'll take a look at those too. That's always very helpful for everybody. All right, Microsoft. Okay, so this is over the last 30 days. Here's see this volume building right up to this point. So this looks bullish. At least has the starting at least indicating that way some bias. So I'm going to bear with me here. I'm going to take notes too while I do this. Last year's at 222. This year's at 222. Not too much exciting there, but it looks. I'm not too sure what's going to send this stock higher, but it looks like it's building a bullish on 30-day. Let's keep going down here. Let's zoom in a little bit, see if there's anything a little bit more timely. You can kind of see this is, a much tighter range, but you can kind of see a little bit about I would just call this range bound right here. This 5-day looks nice. I like this. So above 285, so it's trading what at 283. This 285 gets above 285 right here. If it gets above 285, that's a run to 292, possibly more. So that's kind of like a near-term kind of motivator. Same sort of thing. Not as stark, but you have on the 1-day this building up to this point right here. So that points to the 1-day points to 287. The 5-day points to 292. 293 on the 10-day as a possible range. And you still got this, it's outside of the opportunity zone, so you want to watch it get back in maybe here to this 284. And let's look at the 30-day again. Yeah, 30. This points, what it's 291 is pretty easy, and it's actually beyond that. It's pointing on the 30-day beyond that. So just 90 days, it's just as happy here, continues to grind higher. Let's zoom way out on the 1 year. We're at the 1 year, we're at kind of high levels, kind of at lofty levels. What's this 295? It could retest that and move to something higher. So, all right, let me mark these down. Though I'd say Microsoft above 285. And then 291 to 294. 294 is the target. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Google. Oh, yeah. All right. Google. 30-day, just a fair amount of trading right here in this range, kind of dominant. This looks more like a range than anything to me. Building, slightly bearish there on the 10-day. It's this kind of trading right here, like over the last 5 days, it's wanting to make a move. It wants to break out one way or the other. Ooh, this looks bearish. All right, so I'd say Google. Let me just, what are the numbers? What are we expecting here? $1.23 versus $1.07. So 123 last, $1.07 consensus. So see how it rallied here, and this is called initiating action, when it just kind of makes a strong move, on low volume, but then it got rejected at 107, and now it's motivating its way down here. So that's just kind of a trend, I would say, or the near-term motivation. But I don't see, this 90-day. It's kind of it exhausted itself. It definitely tested 113, and it didn't like that. Below this 105 or so, possibly 102, it could be setting up for a bigger move. Let's just zoom out and see what. Yeah, that's kind of. I'm not going to. Let's just say there's not a whole lot to see there. There's not a lot going on in Google. So let's just move on, find something else. Visa. Okay, it's on a 30-day. It's out kind of at an extreme end of a range, but with a lot of volume building up here up at the 234 level. It wants to move. 5-day, slightly bullish. 1 day. Oh, this is. Well, let's zoom out. 1 year. 5. Let's go 2 year. Yeah, nothing here either. Okay, all right, we're going to move on. There's plenty to look at, so we don't need to belabor it. Let's go to Pepsi. Pepsi was consensus tomorrow is $1.37 versus $1.29 last, so just a little bit higher. It's outside of a range. Okay, so it's outside of this opportunity zone right here. So you just want to kind of wait to see. Oh, let's see. What do we got? A couple on. What are people asking for here? Okay. All right. Dave wants to look at IWM. Dave, we will take a look at that. Once I get done with Pepsi here. Okay, so this looks somewhat bearish. Let's go looking at the 5-day. Okay, nope. Other than it's extreme 180, but this is not. So this is on the 1 day, and it just no volume. It's kind of rejecting this volume that I traded overnight. Yeah, possibly it could reverse, but there's just all right. Let's keep on moving. I don't want to get stuck on McDonald's. We might have to. I'm not expecting anything much here. All right. These are all similar. I mean, this is kind of telling you what the markets. What are we getting out of the broad markets right now? And just up 2 on the S&P. So not a whole lot. This looks bearish. I'd say McDonald's looks has a bearish bias, but there's not. I'd say if you've got something, you've got an extra grind, or if you have some information on it, that might help inform you. But we're 292 down to 286 here on the 5-day. Maybe not quite enough to two. Boy, this 90-day doesn't look great. Let's I mean, this is 266. You know, if it comes back down to here, you know, that's yeah, it looks long term. Yeah, let's say it looks bearish long term down to 267. To 267. Yeah, that's there we go. All right, that's something. Skip the Vardis. Danaher. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. IWM. All right, we're taking a look at that. That was a request. All right, IWM. So Russell 2000. iShares. This is building. You know, it could retrace this up to 185. Let's see if the shorter term. So this is on the 90-day. Let's see if the shorter terms suggests it might want to retrace up and fill out this zone, or if it's just going to push, because the whole thing is biased down here to around 157. All right, 162, possibly 157. So let's keep those numbers in mind as we're looking. And let's keep what are the retracement zones? And up to 185, let's call it. Okay, 185. So look at the 30-day. There's not, you know, this is close to that 185 zone, right? So it's not like the volume is really building solidly up to a point, you know, to kind of take it up here. It's just kind of got this lot of volume and then a gap, right, with the point of control right here. You know, so but you know, it is pointing up here to this 184.90. Well, what is it? 180. Yeah, 184.94. We'll call that 185. So, all right. So that looks a little bullish near term. Let's see. That's kind of contradictory. Let's just look. Okay. There is, you know, shorter term. Yeah, all these short term stuff, you know, 5-day, 10-day, there's nothing urgent going on here. You know, I would simply say IWM, it's a potential retracement to 185, and then long-term bearish to 162. Okay. All right. Great. All right. That's a good name. That was good. Hope that helped. Let's, did I say Danaher? That's what we were on. Yep. DHR. You know, this 252 where it is down to 241 looks very possible. It's in Danaher, we've got looks like it's going to come in 50 cents shy of last year's earnings per share, 276. Consensus is 226. Yeah, so it's pointing down to 240 or below. Get the same kind of gap on the 10-day, pointing to that, pointing lower. Yeah. Let's see for the 1 day. All of, you know, everything's kind of, so this is just, you know, this is 1 day, not nearly as big a range, but it's still kind of got this building momentum here that's pushing that points lower. So, not momentum, but building volume as you go lower, right? Let's go out to the 90 days, just see what yeah, 240 looks pretty easy based on 90 days. Yeah, that's a Danaher. Let's see if there's a level below. Like, is it a short now, or do we want to? You know, I'd say Danaher. There's a short to short here to 241, possibly more. Yep. All right. Let's see. People dropped a couple comments. Let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah, Dave, you are welcome. All right. What else? What else? Okay, that's Danaher. All right, then it's got something with Danaher to look at. UPS. Ugh. All right. There's no. This is 30-day. Big stuff like this. Talk about lack of conviction. What is that range? 196 down to 180. Whoa. Okay. Some resistance kind of building here. Fading volume up to 197. Let's look at a 5-day. Say, yeah, you can see that same, just a little bit more detail there. 1 day. This is, no. Even with it's been hanging out here for just a little bit and so little volume. Gosh, nobody's stepping near this sucker. 90-day. Everything about UPS looks biased downwards to me. Even this is the 1 year, right? So the only, if it got meaningfully above this 198, so this might be where you put a stop right in 198 and 199, maybe call it 200. If it got to 200, that might be a good stop loss because that could send it higher. But I'd say below where are we? 196. I'd say below. UPS is a short. Below 193, and then to 183 or lower. So I'd see the 183 is the point of control over the 90 days, right? And you kind of have this building volume down here. Let's see if we can just get a little more fine. Yeah, that's the best guess I got is down to 183 or so. I mean, that's based on the last 30 days. There's just as much trading and happening here at 196 as there is at 186 as there is down here at 183, right? So that would be a pretty easy move. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's keep trucking on. Texas Instruments, TXN. It's a 30-day point of control. The point of control, this red line here, that's just where the most volume happened over the price point at which the most trading volume occurred. But you kind of got this distribution here, so not a whole lot of conviction. I mean, what happens with, what can Texas Instruments do to surprise anybody? Right? Yeah, we're moving on. Nothing here. NextEra Energy. All right, let's see that out. All right, let's look at the 1 year for a range. All right, it's a utility stock. I'm not. Now we're going to move on. Let's find something where we can get some action. Verizon. All right, let's see. Bunch of big names. Lots of big names. Okay, 1 year. Whew, looks like it's kind of set up here down to 30 or more. Let's just zoom in. 90-day. Not a whole lot of bias there. But you just kind of got this sharp drop off in volume, right here below between, at the 30 in the 36 range, $36 range. Kind of looks bearish, but 10. A lot of trading right down here. I feel like 5-day. I feel like it's setting up for a disappointment, right? I think the market's expecting a disappointment here. I think Verizon. I don't have a whole lot of This isn't high conviction, but I'd say it's setting up for disappointment, right? Looks like it wants to move a little bit lower. Market wants to take it lower. That's about all I'm going to say. Disappointment. Yeah, whatever. Okay. All right, what's next? Raytheon. All right. War Machine. RTX. Whoa. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong number. It was $1.15 last, expected $1.11. RTX Raytheon. Okay, this 30-day looks bearish, pointing down to around 92 to 90 from its current. If it got below, depends on how aggressive you want to be. Below this green line, which is 101, or below this blue line at 99. But below there, it's making a move. I think it's potential for a move to 90 or 92 bucks. All right, I like the way this looks. All right, yeah, this is why we don't waste time. You don't force a pass. Just all over the place. Not a whole lot to read from this, from the 10-day. Same here. A lot of trading in this little narrow range here, 103 to 101. I think we might have seen what we're going to see for the day. I don't expect a whole lot. I don't expect much of a rally in the day throughout the day for Raytheon. All right, I would say based on I think the 94, 91. Let's go back. What was it? The 30-day that I saw the most. Yeah. I'd say here's what I would say. I would say below 101.38. Trade it below 90. Trade it to through 95, possibly down to 92. Short. So Raytheon, short it below 101.39. And to 92.28 or 92 bucks to 92 bucks. Okay. All right. There we go. That's a good one. HSBC. Okay. Don't see. Not much there on the 30-day. Not much here on the 10-day. Let's look at 5-day and abandon it. It wants a lot of trading right in here, so it could be building up for a breakout one way or the other, but kind of hard to tell which way it wants to go. So we're moving on. GE. Let's go out to the 30-day first. Look. If it gets below 99, 80, it made a little pop here. I think it doesn't look like it wants to. It failed pretty quick. So, below 99, what is this? Oh, I can't, it's not popping up. Call it 100. Below 100, close to where it is, right? It's just a tick or two. So let's give it a little bit more room. Below 98. Let's say GE. This is what I'm going to say right now. Below 98 to let's see if 86 looks possible, right? If there's really a move here worth. What do we got? What are the expectations around GE? 24 cents last, 13 consensus. Okay, so 94 looks pretty appealing to me here. So you still see here on this 10-day, you see that kind of fiddling around above, this $100 price. Then, below 98, here's that 98, roughly 98. Then you got to move to 94, if not below. So this is saying, this 10-day is saying 90 looks possible. and it looks bearish. Pointing. This tells me not a whole lot. This 5-day, 1 day. Yeah. So this is that same little push above 100. This failure, right? And you're getting basically this is 99.95 on the day. So it could do that. It could get below. It could certainly test this 99.95. So that's it. I'd put a sell stop in. Well, no, if you're dealing with the options, just set yourself an alert, watch it. But below 99.95, then let's stick with 98 because this is still this could push it down to 99.54, but then the 30-day. A little more convincing move. You might want a little bit more out of this before you take a short in this position. Okay, but it's got a pretty good run here. This is down to 90. What's this look like? I'm gonna look 3 year. All right? Well, that's like it's GE is at 3 year highs here, right? I mean, it rarely gotten here. It hasn't gotten here. So, that's why I would look to make that move below that 98. Is there really something substantial going on here? But I think it could be well overdone, right? You get some earnings disappointments, you get a broad market sell off. GE is primed to sell off too. So, a lot of things working for this one. All right. Good. What do I got here? Yeah, what looks good? Sherwin-Williams. Let's take a look at 3M. And 3M has 265 last, 160 consensus for tomorrow. So you've got building down in this point of control, right? So this kind of spells out a range in, whether or not, and so between 100 and 108 or 107, right? This is the 30-day range. Let's see if there's anything that looks like it might want to move to one way or the other. So this looks like it could plumb the bottom side of that range, 102 to 107, 102-ish. That's a 10-day. Let's look at the 5-day. It's pointing down to 102. I like this. This looks like a primed pump to me. It's failing. Guys say this is and what do we got? $100 stock. Okay, so options aren't too crazy. And this. Not that this is a solid building pattern, but you've got the whole thing implies a $90, $89, $90. That looks good. All right, we're going to end on this one. 3M. Let me give you some hard and fast numbers here on 3M. Let's go because at the 30, this didn't say it, but the 10-day did, which is awesome. What do we got? Yeah, so I say it's a short here, two, and then so we got the 102. We got this 102 range. What was the 90? The 90 had it. Yeah, below 100. Below 100, it's got. So I take this here to roughly. You can go to 102 or, below, see how it's moving down to 100. That basically 100 will take it. Then you've got to drop down to $90 to $90. All right. Okay. So that's not, the clear short is right now, and then decide whether or not you want to take profits around 102 or play it what the momentum is like. Right. So what you could do is, maybe there's a gap open in the morning that takes us through all this. But I mean, that's the potential. If it gets below, if you find yourself with the stock price is still having a position at 100 or so, I'd hold on to it because there's a pretty big gap for it to fill below. All right. Okay. That's it. Excellent, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. This is very helpful for me. And I love going through these. It's a great discipline. All right, guys. We'll see you. We'll do another one tomorrow. Okay. Take care.